I'm going to pretend that all you've got to hand is a dirty old DSLR interchangeable lens hand-me-down like this Canon 6D. Here's what the setup looked like at the start, and the wrong settings and terrible lighting, and here's where I'll help you get it to. Cameras like this, from the start of the DSLR revolution, are a decent buy, brand new where they still make them, but also really cheap secondhand, and for the most part these cameras were built to last, so there's no reason why you wouldn't be tempted to buy one as your first camera. They often come with a cheap kit lens, and my first piece of advice is to not use it for your nice looking studio shots. Fine for gun and run B-roll where time is of the essence, but they have limitations. For this exercise, we're going to be making the best we can with what we can get cheaply, and the kit lens will have a disadvantage in being unable to stop right down to the small f-stops that a dedicated prime lens will have. If you understand none of that just now, don't worry. It's just that a kit lens will be a cheap zoom type lens that is meant to cover a lot of range between close-ups and wide angles, and in order to do that without cost, let's just say it's difficult. So the kit lens isn't very sharp. But a prime lens that only has one focal length, like the 50mm, rather than a range, say like the 18 to 35mm, is a simpler bit of kit, and the cost is lower while the sharpness is higher. So here's the 50mm on the Canon 6D. I'm not recording sound into the 6D just now because it's the weekend and it has run off with the rest of the sound equipment. I'm here by myself, as usual.
Hello darkness, my old friend.
The next thing is to look at lighting, because of course it doesn't just look good because I put the 50mm on a 6D. I've taken away the aperture 120D that I usually film with, and I want to show you how you can get a decent look with just two of these LED wands that can be incredibly cheap and versatile. Place one of them to one side of the camera and the other one behind you on the opposite side so that you're effectively in the middle of a diagonal line of light. Set the lights to the most common daylight setting, which is blue or 5600K rather than yellow tungsten setting. If I was in a professional setting, I wouldn't want to be lighting someone with these wands. They're way too hard and will leave quite dramatic shadows on your face. I'd use a diffuser to spread the light around a lot more, but since this is a down and dirty guide, in order to soften the light, I'm going to put some plastic bags over them to act like a couple of lanterns. Now, set your camera's color temperature to 5600K or the sunlight setting. Google your camera and model's native ISO and set it to that. This means that the camera will be able to use the optimum light setting for the sensor. In the case of the 6D, it's 100. The next bit is a bit hard if you're filming by yourself, but set the aperture and shutter speed to expose correctly for the lights, hopefully an aperture setting of less than 3.2, and hit record. Watch yourself back and check that this looks okay. If not, record a few clips and tweak it until it is. Get some light in your background. This method doesn't rely on daylight pouring in through a window because it can change and ruin your shot. So you're going to have dark spots that will need filling or points of interest that need highlighting. Set your focus to your position so that the background is out of focus, and have a bit of a play with the light in the background, noticing how it looks out of focus in the frame. Keep in mind the space you'll be filming in. Don't waste your time in parts of the frame that'll be filled by you. So there you have it. If that helps at all, then smash that like button and subscribe to learn about production,